What is up, guys? I'm back again with another video, and today we will be looking at my Tom Baker Doctor Who DVD collection. So let's get into it. Alright, first up, we have The Brain of Morbius. I really like The Brain of Morbius. It's sort of like a creepy, dark horror story, you know? And I like that. So I'll have to give this a 9 out of 10 because I really do like that story. Next up, we have The Seeds of Doom, which I really like The Seeds of Doom. I realized that the first two parts of The Seeds of Doom are basically the thing because, you know, it's all snowy. There's a, you know, like a sort of camp base, and then there's an alien that infects people, so, you know. But it's still a really good story, so I'll have to give it a 9 out of 10. Next up is The Deadly Assassin, which I'm only giving a 9 out of 10 because of episode 3. Because episode 3 is so good on this. I love episode 3. Episode 3 is the best part about this story. Everything else, you know, is good, but episode 3 is really good, and it elevates the story in my opinion, so I'll have to give that a 9 out of 10. Next up, The Talons of Weng-Chiang, which I really did enjoy the last time I watched, which was, I don't know when ago, probably when I got this DVD, so like back in 2022, but yeah, really good story, in my opinion. The Sunmakers is underrated. I actually really like The Sunmakers. I think it's a good little fun story. Yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I really do enjoy that one. The Invasion of Time. Yeah, you know, it's good. It's good. I like The Invasion of Time. But, like, it didn't need to be 6 parts. The part with the Sontarans could have just, like, easily been cut, and it would be pretty much the same, but, you know, I'm glad they did include the Sontarans, because it gives the story a little bit of a spin after the first 4 parts, and that cliffhanger in part 4 is fantastic. Next up is, oh wait, I didn't rate it. 8 out of 10. Great story. Next up is Full Circle, which, for the life of me, I cannot remember what happened in this. I forgot what happened in this story. Except for the fact that Adric is a companion now. So I can't really rate it, because I don't remember it. So I might have to rewatch Full Circle to give my full opinion on it. State of Decay. You know, the first time I watched this was on a VHS. I didn't have the DVD yet. I watched the first part, and I turned it off because I thought it was so unbelievably boring. But then, a year later, I came back to it, watched all 4 parts, and realized that I really like State of Decay. It's definitely the best that I've seen of Season 18. Which I have most of Season 18. I have the E-Space Trilogy and then the last 2. I don't have the Leisure Hive or Meg Loss. So I need to get those to complete Season 18 on DVD. But State of Decay is a definite 8 out of 10 for me. I really like that one. Next up, we have Warriors Gate, which, you know, it isn't bad, per se. But it's not as good as State of Decay. So I'm gonna have to give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Because, you know, it's enjoyable. It's good, you know. Keeper of Traken. Alright. I have heard some people say that The Keeper of Traken is a fantastic story, and I do not get it. I don't get it at all. This is the most boring, slow thing I've ever watched. Well, actually, the second most boring, slow Doctor Who story I've ever seen in my entire life. I cannot for the life of me. I've only watched it once, and that is, like, the last time I will willingly watch this story. It's so boring, and it's so forgettable. I don't remember a lot of what happens in it, except that Nissa's the companion now. And the Master's in it. And then it leads into Logopolis and Castro Alpha. Yeah, that is not very good. I do not like that. I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10. Yeah, no. That is not a good story. And rounding off Tom Baker's era, we have Logopolis, which is, again, boring and forgettable, except for the last part of Part 4. The last couple minutes of Part 4 are so unbelievably good. I love the last 4 minutes of Part 4 of Logopolis. That whole radio dish tower scene is so good, and it elevates the story for me. I'm not saying the rest of the story is good, but the end of Part 4 is the best part. The best scene out of this whole story. And just for Part 4, this story gets a 4 out of 10. But otherwise, it's pretty bad and boring trash. So, that is it for Tom Baker's DVD collection. In the next video, we are going to be taking a look at my Peter Davison collection. So, I hope you guys stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in that video. See ya.